Yo, this is crazy, bro. What the heck is going on with the Clippers, man? And this is going to be a non-basketball related video. And unlike the other three non-basketball related videos I did, this is going to be more, I guess, me trolling and trying to be funny, even though the scandal isn't really funny at all. But, dog, what the heck is going on here, bro? So, let's just go over a couple articles that I'm reading off of Yahoo Sports because I cannot, explain what the hell is going on off the top of my head. All right. So off of Yahoo Sports, and by the way, I'm gonna link those two articles down below because I'm gonna be reading off the two articles and I'll give my honest raw thoughts. All right, cool. The LA Clippers and owner Steve Ballmer are accused of paying star Kawhi Leonard $28 million for a no-show job as a way to circumvent the NBA salary cap, according to a report by Pablo Torre. Shout out to running back Wthelly for calling him Detective Pablo or Detective Torre. An NBA spokesperson told Yahoo Sports on Wednesday that the league is aware of Torre's report and is commencing an investigation. Pablo laid out the alleged scandal on his program, Pablo Torre Finds Out, on Wednesday. His show, which features plenty of direct quotes from legal documents, made the argument that Kawhi was paid $28 million through a company owned by Steve Ballmer to essentially do nothing. So yeah, just imagine that's a damn dream, bro. Just getting paid $28 million for just not doing anything. That bro. That's a lot of us right now. I wish I can get $28 million for just doing YouTube videos while having 100 subscribers, man. That's crazy. Okay. Anyways, continuing with the article. Ballmer is accused of using the agreement as a way to pay Kawhi more than his contract, which, if true, is a violation of NBA rules. The entire situation revolves around a now bankrupt company called Aspiration, a tree planting service funded by Steve Ballmer. Aspiration entered a $28 million legal agreement with KL2 Aspire LLC, a company owned by Kawhi. Wow, so Kawhi is a scam artist? Bruh, in big 2025 with the things going on about, the guy in the White House potentially passing away, and then the files, and then Shannon Sharpe and all this, in big 2025, Kawhi being a potential scam artist was not something on my bingo card, bro. That is wild, dog. Okay, I'll just finish it up with this part of the article. Pablo Torre attempted to find any evidence that Kawhi ever marketed for or endorsed the company, but came up empty. A clause in one of the contract documents between Aspiration and KL2 Aspire LLC stated that Kawhi could decline to proceed with any action desired by the company, essentially giving Kawhi the ability to get paid without doing anything. Another clause stated that Kawhi would only get paid if he remained a member of the LA Clippers. Now, before I continue with another article that talks about potential punishments for the Clippers, I actually stumbled upon a post, I think it was from Clutch Points on Instagram, where they talked about another scandal that Kawhi Leonard was involved in when he was a member of the Toronto Raptors. This was, I think, during 2019 free agency, I believe, because this article that I'm going to be reading off of Basketball Network, I guess the context here is when, the Raptors offered him like a similar deal or some crap like that. But here, this article is from Basketball Network. NBA Insider claims Kawhi asked the Raptors owner for $15 million in endorsements to return to return to Toronto. I'm not editing this part out. Okay, for those of y'all, let me put a bit of a disclaimer right here. With non-basketball related videos and series recap videos, I don't, cut dead space, or I don't cut parts like that where I just get tongue-tied. Damn it. I just go off of raw thoughts, and I say what's on the top of my head, and even when I stutter or whatever the heck, it's kind of like a podcast like episode, or like where I go live, which live stream's coming soon, y'all. I don't know when, but I know that's gonna be coming soon. If I had enough subscribers, I would definitely go live and report on this, bro. But anyways, let's read this article from basketballnetwork.net. NBA insider Jonathan Gambadoro, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm not 100% sure, so out of due respect, I'm just going to call him Jonathan G. Jonathan G added to the story, revealing that Kawhi almost had a similar transaction in Toronto. However, it did not push through because he ended up signing with the Clippers after he led the Toronto Raptors to the 2019 NBA championship. On Twitter, or now known as X, hey y'all, I'm X, not me, Jonathan wrote that this story is fascinating. From what I know from sources, when Kawhi signed with the Clippers, the Toronto Raptors owner Larry Tannenbaum was beside himself because he believed he bent over backwards for Kawhi, including calling 3 sponsors to meet Kawhi's demand of an extra $50 million in endorsement money. Adam Silver knew about it. When Kawhi was traded to the Raptors in 2018, he was heading into the final year of his contract with the San Antonio Spurs, and they took the risk of surrendering DeMar DeRozan for a 1-year lease, and it ultimately paid off because Kawhi won them their first championship. That offseason, the Raptors were determined to do everything to keep Kawhi in Toronto, but he ultimately chose to play for his hometown team in LA, and he picked the LA Clippers. Back then, the story was he didn't want to play with LeBron James, and he wanted to build his own legacy with the other LA Clipper team. And you know what? Even Kobe came out and said, you know what? I respect that. But after Wednesday's bombshell, there's obviously so much more behind that story. This was brought to the attention of Adam Silver as a concern over the cheating going on in the league being out of control. But no action was taken, as it was thought Tannenbaum, that Uncle Larry didn't understand the rules entirely. Only a promise to get more serious about it in the future, he added. Sources say that Robertson asked team officials for part ownership of the team, a private plane that would be available at all times, a house, and last but certainly not least, a guaranteed amount of off-court endorsement money that they could expect if Kawhi played for their team, Sam Amick of The Athletic reported. Oh, they're talking about Uncle Jerome. Oh, his uncle's behind. Of course. Kawhi's uncle is behind this, man. Oh, my goodness. What other things that I was about to say a bad word. What other things that would that Joker not do? Because Uncle Jerome is the reason why. Wow, bro. Uncle Jerome, of course it's Kawhi Leonard's uncle. Who would have thought, man? All right, now let me react to one more article from Yahoo Sports where it kind of follows up about the $28 million scandal and possible punishments for the Clippers. Okay, let's see. Where do I... Hold on, y'all. This is going to take me a minute. All right, cool. We back. Let's go. Was it a no-show job to circumvent the NBA cap? That is a question league investigators and team owners, not to mention fans and players, will want answered. Steve Ballmer and the LA Clippers initially denied any wrongdoing to PTFO in Wednesday's episode. Later that day, the team released a 4-paragraph statement, leading with neither the Clippers nor Steve Ballmer circumvented the salary cap. Now they're talking. Now the article, or this particular article, talks about the Joe Smith penalty, where they kind of talk about like the background about why the whole Joe Smith thing is a thing. Okay. But ahead of the 2000-2001 season, a scandal rocked the league. Then Commissioner David Stern levied one of the harshest penalties in NBA history, hammering the Minnesota T-Wolves for circumventing the NBA salary cap regarding deals with former number 1 overall pick Joe Smith, who was then a 5-year veteran. What was done here was a fraud of major proportions, Stern said in 2000, according to the Minnesota Star Tribune. There were no fewer than 5 undisclosed contracts tightly tucked away in the hope that they would never see the light of day. The magnitude of this offense was shocking. The team was found to have violated league rules by signing Smith to multiple successive below-market 1-year deals in order to secure his bird rights, which would give Minnesota the ability to go over the cap and sign the former number 1 overall pick to a huge contract. According to reports, Joe Smith and the Minnesota T-Wolves had agreed to a hush-hush contract worth up to $86 million beginning a 2001 to 2002 season. What? Yo. David Stern wasn't pleased. In the press conference, he repeatedly used fraud and deceit to describe owner Glenn Taylor and the Timberwolves' dealings. Yo, what the hell, dog? What? Okay. I'll link the article for y'all to read, but that's crazy, bro. I've been a fan of the NBA for a decade, and I'm just now knowing about these things, bro. Okay. Even if Commissioner Adam Silver wanted to hand down a similar punishment based on what the league might find during its investigation, he might not have the ability to lower the same guillotine that Stern did. That's a lot of people's problem with Adam Silver. He didn't have that. He's way too player friendly and all that other stuff. But again, I'll leave that up to y'all. Do y'all mess with Adam Silver or not? Let me know in the comments below. But we've been down this path before under Silver's leadership to some degree. The Clippers were investigated in 2019 for cap circumvention in the free agency pursuit of Kawhi Leonard, but the NBA did not find evidence of wrongdoing then. This investigation might have a different outcome. Damn. But it's also a league governed by different rules. If this Kawhi investigation goes the other way and the league finds any illegality, it would be the Clippers' first violation of circumventing the cap, which would mean, according to Article 13 of the 2023 Collective Bargaining Agreement, I will link that article down below. I'll link that article down below. A team found to be circumventing the salary cap can be punished up to the following for its first offense. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. A $4.5 million fine, 1 first-round draft pick, void any player contract or renegotiation, extension, or amendment of a player contract between any player and any team when both the player or any person/entity acting with authority on behalf of said player and the team or team affiliate are found to have committed such violation and or void any transaction or any other transaction or agreement to have violated league rules regarding circumvention. What? And then the penalty can expand if the violation falls under the no unauthorized agreements clause, in which case the commissioner can levy up to the following: a $7.5 million fine, forfeiting of draft picks. I think one report from Clutch Points on Instagram said that they could lose 5 draft picks, void the player contract, and the player faces a $350K fine. I don't think that's much to Kawhi because he has a lot of money. Suspend team personnel for up to 1 year, and void any transaction or agreement in violation. Yo! You mean to tell me, bro, that the Clippers are literally poverty? Like, a lot of people say the Clippers are poverty. You know, I'm a Laker fan, and, you know, I'm supposed to say these things about the Clippers and all that other stuff, but god dang. Not only they're literally poverty, these mother effers are scam artists, dog. What? What the heck? I should be laughing because this is such a serious scandal, but dude, this is comedy, bro. Like, oh man. As if y'all couldn't make it obvious that you were scamming the... Wow. Kawhi Leonard being a scam artist in 2025 is something that I would never imagine, bro. What the heck? Okay. After reading those articles, now it makes me wonder. This must be going on for a while with like other teams and such. Because let me put this into context, y'all. When we, the Lakers, and yes, I'm saying we because fans are part of the team, but you know, it's a stupid debate. I don't know why people. But anyways, when the Lakers traded for Luka this past trade deadline, and we had to give up Anthony Davis and Max Christie, a lot of people were speculating, oh, this, that, and the other. The Lakers won the trade. I thought the trade evens out right now, but the Lakers are going to be the ultimate winners in the future. All the other stuff, right? Fine and dandy. But even with the Mavericks having like a 0.1% or 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, whatever the heck, they had a very low chance to get the number 1 overall pick. And they ended up lucking out getting the number 1 overall pick, and they got Cooper Flagg. And everyone and their mas, they were calling it rigged, bro. They were calling it rigged. So now it's just like when you have that type of suspicious activity, and then you have the stuff going on with the Clippers, this makes me wonder, how long has this been going? Because the Clippers cannot be the only team, bro. The Clippers cannot be the only team that has pulled such a thing, bro. Wow. Now this kind of makes me wonder about the Dallas Mavericks and even the Lakers and all that. Obviously, it's happened before with the Minnesota Timberwolves, as I read in the article, with the whole Joe Smith thing. Wow. And I was giving Daryl Morey a lot of heat in my Sixer video, too. I just realized that there could be some... Whoo, boy. This kind of makes me feel better about what I said about Daryl Morey because, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and James Harden all said the same thing. And they're just like, yo, this dude is full of SH, bruh. But I don't know, man. This is just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff going on today. I really don't have much thoughts here because it's just like, how long... What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that there could be more, not only to this story, but do you guys think that there could be more teams involved in these type of scandals where it's just like, I don't want to say money laundering, but I don't know, bro. What do you guys think? Do you guys feel like it's actually a little more common than we think? It's just that some teams are better at hiding it than the Clippers because whoever's hiding these type of things, they did a pretty good job until someone spilled the bacon. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. This is just absolute craziness. I have no words because that's just but on some real stuff, y'all. It just sucks too because Steve Ballmer, he's one of the richest dudes in the NBA, if not the richest dude in the NBA. He's probably, I don't know what his ranking in Forbes is when it comes to like the wealthiest people of all time. Someone look that up for me. But for him of all people to do something like this and Kawhi Leonard to be a scam artist, I don't know, bro. That's just sad. The Clippers, man. Clippers, y'all deserve everything you get this year. Y'all deserve everything you get. And I hope you guys don't win a championship because we're rewarding championships to scam artists, bro. And it's hard for me to say because, I'm a big Kawhi Leonard fan and I guess I still somewhat am even after this scandal. But I'm just like, bro, what the heck? Like, everything going on in the Big 2025 and this news just pops up too. Nah, dog. Like, I don't know what to say here. Let me know what y'all think, man. I need to make this emergency episode, I guess, or I shouldn't say emergency episode, but I wanted to make a non-basketball related episode. I don't know, bro. I'm running out of thoughts. I'm running out of time. So I'm just gonna, have this last minute as filler before I do my usual outro. But again, the Clippers are in trouble. This scandal is gonna really reflect poorly on them. And remember, they already had a scandal in 2014 with the whole Donald Sterling being racist thing. So now you added more scandals. You added more fuel to that fire, bruh. You added more fuel to that fire, and now it's just like, they not only allow a racist owner, they allow scam artists too, and they pretty much scam the NBA. Now I don't know if people want to say that's a good thing or not because my next video potentially is going to be about people's issues with the whole streaming services with like the Amazon, Peacock, and all that other stuff. I don't know, bro. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you guys think about this scandal? Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say. Enjoy the video, or I don't know. I'm just gonna end it there, bro. That's the end of this video. I'm X. Deuces.